So some weeks ago, I was considering getting a $200 plastic Kanade statue. For some reason, I was an idiot. But then I had a moment of clarity and was like, why would I spend $200 on a plastic statue when I could use that money on a bunch of other things that look just as good, if not better? So I got a bunch of wall scrolls. I am a fucking otaku now. Okay, so let's start with the one on the left. Place promised in our early days, obviously, if you've seen the movie. Hopefully the lighting is okay. I was filming this in midday so that you can see it well with good lighting, because it's winter now, so I can't record anything after work because it's dark. Okay, so with this one is kind of the one I was hoping to turn out the best because it's the place promised in our early days, and it's one of my favorite movies. And to you on this video it might look good, but when you get up close to it, I don't know if you can see very well, but it looks pixely. So the image that they used was clearly not high enough resolution for this size. It's 32 by 44, I think. And was never really a fan of that text up there, but it looks even worse when it's pixelated. This is the only one I got, the only wall scroll I got with text on it. And it's, there was another The Place Promised in Our Early Days poster, or wall scroll, that I was considering, but it had way too obtrusive of text. Like, it had the title of The Place Promised in Our Early Days in kanji in the middle, and it was big and obtrusive. But anyways, that's that one. It turned out okay, but I put it in the corner farthest away from the door so that people can't notice the pixelation as much. But okay, so here we have the Garden of Words, much smaller, but okay, I got this wall scroll only because I like the picture a lot. I'm not a fan of the Garden of Words. I think it's Makoto Shinkai's most lackluster work to date. However, you can't tell what movie this is from just by looking at this picture. It doesn't have any branding or anything iconic from it that would clue you in. So, well, it didn't turn out great either. It's clearly just a screenshot from the movie, because it's pixely too. Not enough pixels for a wall scroll that's 32 by 18. And that aspect ratio makes it clear that it was a screenshot. That green in the upper right corner is really faded and muted. You can see that? It looks bad. That's the worst part. Again, not bad enough to warrant returning it. And now, up here we have a 5 centimeters per second one, which is also a screenshot, clearly. Screenshot from the movie. But it turned out quite a bit better, I think. There's still some pixelation going on, but it just doesn't look as bad. It's really pretty. Put the most colorful one right there in the middle. And then also over here, finally, on this side, we have the huge 5 centimeters per second one, completing this arrangement. This one, in terms of sheer quality, is the best, because it's clearly high enough resolution for the size of the wall scroll, and the image looks fantastic, and the quality of the materials is fantastic. Nice, relatively thick fabric, and these feel pretty hefty and solidly built. But yeah, it looks amazing. So now we're here into my bedroom, or my lair, as you might want to call it. We have above my bed Kanades 2x2. Let me get on the bed so I can get a better view. So here's the official key artwork by Naga. the original character designer from Angel Beats, and well, most of Key, I think. Is he all Key? I don't know. Anyways, this one I initially wasn't thinking about getting because it because it didn't look that great in the picture. It didn't look very well drawn, but the picture didn't do it justice. It actually looks really good. Looks a lot better in person than it did in the sample image, the stock image. And over here we got Pirate Kanade, which is just really silly looking, but I like it a lot. It's funny. it's probably the silliest. It's definitely the silliest one that I've got. One thing I don't like, really don't like, is the blushing shit. The really sharp blushing. There's like a little bit, a really tiny amount here, but there's a really sharp and noticeable blush on this image that I never go for that bullshit blushing garbage that anime artists do to make the girls look really cute and bullshit, trying way too hard to make it look cute, but I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it. It's trying too hard. The only other thing I could think of to improve this one is, like, say, I was thinking, like, zoom the picture out a bit and then have this sword arm be coming out, pointing that way, like angling out off the scroll to that side, and then have her holding the gun arm up to her head, like up there, pointing it up at the sky. And yeah, zoom out so it's not in her face. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty fun cosplay looking thingy. Silly ass Kanade. But wait, what do we have here? This is my ball python Buster. He's my lone living companion here in this apartment. I'm all alone besides him. He's hiding. You can't see it. There's this hard water that I used to miss his cage from this place's shit. Anyways, now we're getting to my absolute favorites. My last three that are the best. I'm so happy I got these. Okay, so first we have Hellgirl. They're all Hellgirl. All three of these are Hellgirl. But this one is Ai and Yuzuki from Mitsuganae. This looks stunning. The colors are amazing. I love all the greens. I love what's going on in the pictures. I like the butterflies up there. You see those butterflies? It looks really good. And that arrangement in the middle too. I like this. Seems like something that Yuzuki would be doing, is staring at a butterfly. I like Ai being depicted blowing up one of those paper balloon thingies, paper balls. I can't remember what they're called. But anyways, yep. Next, we have Ayanma again in the snow. This picture is has always been one of my favorite Ayanma pictures. It's just a perfect depiction of Ayanma as a character. She just looks so lonely and sad in this picture. It would be interesting to see what it would look like if the picture was centered on her instead of like having all this space up here. But I like it this way too. It'd just be interesting to see the alternative. And last but certainly not least, we have Sakura Blossoms. Now, you'll probably say that this looks kind of familiar, because it is. You'll remember my mural thing that I've still got. Look at that. Okay, let me lug this thing out. Okay, so here, if you remember this, I made a video about this thing. It's this mural of 16 pieces put together to make this one image. But yeah, this is not that great because the color, there's a variation in the colors that you can see here. It's not very well cut. Like this, you can see this disjoint. Her neck, it's just not very good. It's not very well cut and printed. But, so it's a great image, but it wasn't done very done justice in this thing. And bless my dad's heart, he helped me make this frame and the backboard and fiberglass. Got fiberglass and everything, but I found a better alternative with this. It's just the colors are so much more vibrant. It's not cut up and disjointed and shit. All these images are actually, they were ones that the vendor on Amazon had default, and I asked him what resolution he had them at, what resolution these images were, and it was like 2500 by 1700 or something like that. And I was like, I have higher resolution versions of these, like 6000 by 4000 or some shit. So that is why these turned out so well. There's no pixelation of any kind. You can't, I don't care how close you get, you're not going to see any pixelation. They look absolutely amazing. But if that was not the case, if they were pixelated, these would be my worst ones, because these materials are the same, they're made the same way, they work the same way, but they were really low quality. Their fabric, if you can call it that, is extremely thin and feels more like paper than actual fabric, so that's obviously low quality. You can actually see, like see some bleeding through, like actual bleeding through. That's not a good example. Whatever. There's bleeding through going on in the back, so it's not very thick. And also, these things, like this one here, this one was crushed, like someone stepped on it when I got it. I had to fix it myself. And also they're not perfect still, because you can like see, like if you look here, you can see some like lines here from when it was like folded. You see that? You can see some sheen there from where it was like rubbed by the plastic, which is unfortunate. And there's like there were like creases up here, but I can't tell if they're still up there anymore. Luckily they just look so good that it's hard to tell any flaws in them. When it comes to wall scrolls, the most important thing is the quality of the image, that it's high resolution, and that's certainly the case here. So the lackluster materials, actually I just call them shit materials. I give them like a 2 out of 10 for material quality. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So even though the materials sucked, they're still great. They're still my favorite because the images are the best. Maybe that's also because I'm biased towards Hellgirl significantly. Whatever. Whatever. They're amazing. So yeah, those are my wall scrolls. And I'm a hardcore otaku now? I gotta see this. Oh, I gotta see this. Oh God. Oh God. Oh yeah.